Chosen one, listen carefully, for what you are about to hear is not by chance. This message is not for everyone, but it is for you, the one who has been walking the divine path with God. You've been in this season of preparation, uncertain at times, unsure of where the next step would take you, but you knew deep down that something significant was unfolding. Now, this moment has arrived, and it is not an accident. God's call to action has come at a time where everything you've experienced up until now has been leading to this point. Everything from the struggles you've endured to the moments of clarity, even the confusion you've felt along the way, has been part of His divine plan. This moment, chosen one, is set in divine timing. Heaven has been watching, and the time for you to step into your divine purpose is now. The season of waiting is over. The time for action has arrived. It is crucial to understand that the urgency of this moment cannot be ignored. What you are hearing today is not just another message that can be brushed aside or skimmed through. This is a call to your spirit. It's a divine invitation from God Himself. He has been waiting for this exact moment to speak to you, and you have been led here for a purpose, for a reason that goes far beyond mere coincidence. This is God's divine timing at work. And just as God's timing is perfect, so is this message. It has been placed before you at the exact time that you need it most. You may feel a stirring deep within your heart, a nudge that something is about to change. Perhaps there's a quiet voice, almost imperceptible, urging you to pay attention, urging you to stay present and not dismiss this moment. You are being asked to act. You are being called to step forward, not to wait for further confirmation, not to linger in uncertainty, but to move forward in the faith that God has already made a way. The truth is, this message holds the key to the next phase of your journey, the next step that will unlock the doors to your divine destiny. This is not the time to let distractions pull you away. This is not the time to let fear or uncertainty keep you from acting on the call that God has placed on your life. The divine path you are walking is not meant to be walked idly. The time for action is now. God has already moved in the spirit realm, and now He is calling you to move in alignment with His will. It's a moment of clarity, a moment where everything is coming together, and the pieces of your divine purpose are beginning to make sense. So I urge you to stay with me. Don't scroll past this message. Don't let this moment slip through your fingers. God's call is not to be taken lightly, and the urgency of it cannot be overstated. What you do next will determine the course of your journey. This is your divine moment. The next phase of your destiny is waiting for you to step into it. The timing has arrived, and now is the moment to act, to trust, and to move forward with boldness in the direction God is guiding you. God's voice has never been more clear, and His call to action has never been more urgent. This is the time to listen, to step out in faith, and to trust that everything you need for the journey ahead is already within you. You are not walking alone. God has already paved the way, and He is right here with you, urging you to take that first step. Now, more than ever, it is critical that you listen and respond. Don't delay. Don't wait for more signs. Don't wait for the perfect moment, because God's timing is perfect, and the moment to act is now. It's not just about hearing this message, it's about responding to it. God is waiting for you to step forward in faith, to trust in His plan, and to take action in the direction He has laid out for you. Your divine purpose is waiting, and now is the time to embrace it. In the next few moments, we will dive deeper into what God is asking you to do, what His divine call for you looks like, and how this message will unlock the next phase of your life. But before we continue, I urge you to take a moment to listen to the stirring within your spirit. If you feel that nudge, that urge to step forward, to take action, know that it is God speaking to you. He is calling you to rise, to walk in alignment with His will, and to step boldly into your destiny. Stay with me, stay present, and embrace the calling that is before you. God is about to release something powerful over your life. It's time to move. It's time to act. And it's time to step into the divine purpose He has set before you. Let's begin. Chosen one, when God speaks, it's never random. Every word He utters is intentional. Every message He sends is filled with purpose. And every moment He chooses to reveal His will is perfectly timed. You may have noticed a stirring in your spirit recently, a sense that something is shifting within you, or that you're being led in a certain direction. This is no coincidence. God's words are never arbitrary. The timing of this message is divine. It's not by chance that you're hearing it now. It's not just a message. It's a pivotal moment in your spiritual growth. Heaven has orchestrated this timing with precision, knowing that you are ready to receive it. In the vastness of the universe, and amidst the countless voices we hear daily, God's voice rises above, tailored specifically to your heart and spirit. This message is not just another word. It is a divine whisper meant to awaken you, meant to align you with God's will for this very season of your life. The timing is critical because God knows that this moment is the catalyst for the next phase of your journey. He has seen your heart, your struggles, and your faithfulness in the quiet moments. And now, He is revealing the next step. You are right where you need to be. This message and this time are meant for you. An answer to your prayers, an invitation to move forward. Chosen one. You may have wondered why it's taken so long to receive the clarity you've been asking for. Why doors seem to have been slow to open, or why your prayers have felt unanswered. But now, in this very moment, you're beginning to understand that God's timing isn't bound by your schedule. It's not about when you think you're ready. It's about when He knows you are. There's a divine purpose behind this moment, a spiritual shift that has been carefully designed for you. You are stepping into a season where everything is aligning for your next breakthrough. As you reflect on the past, you may see moments where God's plan was hidden in plain sight. The experiences, the delays, the challenges, they were all part of His design to prepare you for what's ahead. This season of waiting and uncertainty wasn't a punishment or a time of wasted opportunities. No, it was a season of spiritual formation. God has been teaching you patience, endurance, and trust. He's been laying the foundation for the great things to come. In the quiet, in the moments of doubt and struggle, God has been working behind the scenes, orchestrating the perfect timing for your next steps. It may have seemed like nothing was changing, but in the spirit realm, everything was being prepared. Your prayers were never unheard. God was waiting for the perfect time to reveal His plan. And now, as you listen to this message, you can feel that shift. The moment of divine revelation is here. God speaks to His chosen ones with a voice that cuts through the noise of the world. His message is not always loud, but it is always clear. This divine whisper is not meant to overwhelm you. It's meant to guide you. It's meant to affirm that you are not forgotten, that your purpose has always been set apart, and that now is the time to walk boldly into it. You might feel as though you are standing on the edge of something new. There's a sense of anticipation, but also a bit of uncertainty. This is completely natural. Transformation rarely feels comfortable in the beginning. but it always leads to greater things. God is calling you to step forward with faith, to trust that the preparation you've gone through, the lessons you've learned, and the strength you've gained have all been to prepare you for this moment. As you step into the next season of your life, it's important to remember that God's timing is perfect because He sees what you cannot. He sees the whole picture. He sees the obstacles that would have tripped you up, the people who would have led you astray, and the blessings that would have been missed. His divine plan is unfolding exactly as it should, and He's calling you to move with Him. There's a reason why this moment feels different. It's not just a shift in your circumstances, it's a shift in your spirit. You're being called to trust like never before. Trust that the road ahead is paved with divine purpose. Trust that the struggles you faced have been refining you for what is to come. Trust that the time is now. Heaven is giving you the green light to step forward in faith. The timing of this message, the way it resonates with your spirit, is no accident. Heaven is making sure that you don't miss this moment. God is clearing the path for you, opening doors that were once shut and removing obstacles that have kept you from moving forward. It's time for you to align with His plan, to act with boldness, and to walk in the purpose that He has called you to. As you respond to this divine invitation, remember that faith is not just about believing, it's about moving. Faith is action. Faith is stepping forward even when you don't see the whole picture, trusting that God will reveal the next step as you go. This is your moment to move to step into your divine purpose with the full assurance that God has gone before you, prepared the way, and is walking with you every step of the journey. This divine invitation is more than just a call to move forward. It's a call to trust, to surrender, and to allow God to lead you into the next chapter of your life. Your obedience is the key that will unlock the doors of destiny. The struggles, the doubts, and the questions you've faced have been preparing you for this moment. You are now ready to walk in the fullness of the purpose God has set for you. As you step forward in faith, know that God is with you. You are not alone on this journey. Heaven is backing you up, and the divine favor that is already on your life will continue to unfold as you move in alignment with God's will. The time for hesitation has passed. The moment to act is now. Embrace this divine invitation. Step boldly into what God has prepared for you and watch as He reveals His glory in your life. This is the moment of transformation, the moment of breakthrough, and the moment where everything you've been waiting for begins to manifest. Trust in God's perfect timing and walk forward in faith, knowing that this is the beginning of something greater than you've ever imagined. You are ready, you are called, and now it's time to move in faith and embrace your divine purpose. There's an urgency in the spirit right now, chosen one, and it's not meant to overwhelm you, but to prepare you. The divine invitation being extended to you is not a suggestion. It's a call to step forward into something transformative. God is inviting you to act, to respond with faith, and to align your actions with His divine purpose for your life. The urgency you feel is not to rush you into something without preparation, but to encourage you to trust that the time for action has arrived. You may have felt like you've been waiting for a sign or for the right time to take the next step. This is that moment. Heaven has seen your faith, your diligence, and your willingness to wait. And now, in His perfect timing, He is calling you to move. This urgency is not about pressure. It's about a divine alignment that is now taking place. God has already moved in the spirit realm on your behalf, and it's time for you to step into what He has already prepared. The path is being cleared for you. What you need is already in place. What remains is your response. God is ready to guide you through this next chapter of your spiritual journey. and your obedience is the key to unlocking the blessings and breakthroughs that await you, chosen one. I know that waiting can be exhausting, and the uncertainty of what comes next can feel overwhelming. But know this, the time you've spent in waiting was not wasted. God has been working behind the scenes, preparing everything you need for this moment. The breakthrough that you've longed for, the clarity you've prayed for, is now at the door. But the key to unlocking that door is your response to God's call. This divine invitation is not just a fleeting moment, it is a turning point in your journey. It is God's call to you to rise up and step into the purpose He has been cultivating within you. The urgency you feel is not a mistake. It is the awakening of your spirit to the reality of what is to come. It's as if the very air around you is charged with divine energy and your heart is racing because you can sense that something significant is about to happen. The time to move is now. God has equipped you for this season. You may not see the full picture yet, but that's okay. God never calls us to step into the unknown with all the answers. He asks us to step forward with faith, trusting that He will reveal the next step as we go. This is where obedience becomes the foundation for transformation. As you move in faith, trusting that God is leading you, you will begin to see the pieces of the puzzle fall into place. What you need, what you've been praying for, has already been prepared. The doors that have been closed until now will begin to open. The opportunities that have seemed out of reach will become accessible, but your response is required. Your willingness to move in faith, to act on the divine invitation being extended to you, is what will bring the transformation into reality. God has seen your patience, your perseverance, and your trust through the waiting seasons. And now, as He calls you forward, it's time to act. The urgency is a reminder that the moment you've been waiting for has arrived. The season of preparation is complete. What you've learned, the lessons you've gained, and the strength you've built are now going to be put to use. You are ready to move into the next chapter of your destiny. Your obedience is the key that will unlock this next phase. When you step forward in faith, even when the path is unclear, you are aligning yourself with God's perfect will. You don't need to have all the answers, but you need to trust in the one who does. God is faithful, and He will guide you step by step. His plan is already in motion, and He is calling you to take action and trust that He will meet you along the way. This is your moment, chosen one. Don't wait for everything to be perfect before you take action. Trust that as you move, God will reveal more. He is already leading you to places of divine opportunity. Your willingness to step out in faith will open doors of favor and breakthrough that you never thought possible. This is the divine alignment you've been waiting for. As you step forward, know that you are not walking alone. Heaven is backing you. Archangels are surrounding you, guiding you, and protecting you as you move into your purpose. The spirit realm has already moved on your behalf. Now it's time for you to act, to step into what God has already prepared. This moment of urgency is not meant to create pressure or anxiety, but to awaken you to the divine timing of what's happening in your life. Everything is aligning, and your faith and obedience are the final pieces that will bring the transformation you've been waiting for. Trust that you are ready. Trust that you have been prepared for this. You have everything you need to move forward in faith and align yourself with God's will. As you act, remember that this is not just a step, it is a leap into the fullness of your destiny. God has called you for such a time as this, and this moment is a divine invitation to step into everything He has prepared for you. Let go of any fear, doubts, or insecurities that may hold you back. The time is now, and God is with you every step of the way. Step forward with boldness and confidence, knowing that you are walking in divine alignment and that nothing can stop the breakthrough that awaits you. The time for hesitation has passed, chosen one. The door is open, and God is calling you to step through it now. This is not a time for second guessing or waiting for more signs. The moment for action is now. Heaven is waiting for your response. The call you've been waiting for, the breakthrough you've longed for, is waiting for your action. Your next steps will determine how smoothly you transition into the new season that God has prepared for you. This is not the time to wait for the perfect conditions or the perfect moment. God's calling demands action in the here and now. He is calling you to move forward, even if the full picture isn't clear, even if you don't have all the answers. When God calls, it's a call to step into the unknown with trust, faith, and obedience. The time to move is now, and your willingness to act in faith will determine the course of your destiny. The window of opportunity is open, but it will not remain open forever. The divine path before you is ready, and it is your time to walk it. So don't wait any longer. Trust that God's plan for you is unfolding right now, and that this moment is not just a chance encounter. It is a divine appointment. Step forward, move in faith, and embrace what God has prepared for you. This is your moment of transformation, your moment to answer the call, and your moment to walk boldly into your divine destiny. The time to act is now. Chosen one. The time to hesitate has passed. The door is wide open, and heaven is calling you to step through it right now. There's no more waiting, no more second guessing. This is the moment, the exact time for you to act. Everything you've prayed for, everything you've been waiting for, is waiting on your willingness to move. The breakthrough you've longed for, the divine opportunity, is ready for you, but it requires your action. Heaven has prepared this moment for you, and now it's time to walk through it. I know it can feel overwhelming. The unknowns, the questions, the uncertainty. These things can make it hard to take that first step. But I'm here to remind you that God's call isn't about having everything figured out. It's not about waiting for perfect conditions, because those never come. It's about stepping out in trust, knowing that God is already ahead of you, preparing the way. The time to move is now, and your next steps are critical to your journey. You may have been waiting for more signs, more confirmations, but here's the truth. God has already given you everything you need to move forward. The signs you're waiting for are already in your heart, in the stirring of your spirit, in the peace you felt, even amidst the uncertainty. That feeling deep within you, that's God's invitation to move. You don't need all the answers, and you don't need perfect conditions. What you need is faith. Trust that the God who has led you this far will continue to guide you. This is not the time to wait for things to be perfect. God's plan doesn't always unfold in the perfect conditions we imagine. If we wait for everything to line up just right, we'll never step out in faith. His calling is often a call to action in the midst of uncertainty, and that's the beauty of it. Because when we step out in faith, even when the path isn't clear, that's when God shows up in mighty ways. This is a season of transition. This is the moment of transformation. The door is open, and you have been prepared for this very moment. What's on the other side is a future you can't fully see yet, but it's a future you're meant to step into. Don't miss this opportunity. Don't wait for more certainty or more signs. The time to act is now. God is calling you to trust Him with the unknowns. It's easy to feel afraid, to wonder if you're making the right choice, but that's exactly why faith is required. Faith is not the absence of fear. It's the willingness to move forward despite fear. It's trusting that God has already gone before you, and He will meet you with the guidance and strength you need to keep going. The unknown is part of the adventure, part of the journey that God has prepared for you. I want to remind you that God is not calling you into this new season to leave you unprepared. He has equipped you with everything you need for this next step. It may not feel like it, but you've been through the training. You've faced trials that have strengthened your faith, and you've endured moments of uncertainty that have deepened your trust in God. You are more prepared than you realize. Now all that's left is for you to take that step. The truth is, when God calls, He doesn't always give us the full picture. He often gives us just enough to take the first step. That's where faith comes in. Trusting God means trusting that He will reveal the next step as you take the first one. God isn't asking you to know everything. He's asking you to trust Him to lead you where He wants you to go. And He has already gone ahead of you, preparing the way. The time for hesitation is over. The time to step into your destiny is now. God has set this moment in divine timing, and He is waiting for you to walk into the future He's prepared for you. The opportunity is before you, and all you have to do is take that step forward. Trust that He will be with you every step of the way. This is your moment, chosen one. This is the moment to answer the call, to step into the divine purpose that has been waiting for you. The time to act is now. Don't let fear or doubt hold you back. God has already spoken over you, and the only thing left is for you to walk in obedience. His plan is unfolding, and your part is to step into it with faith. This moment is bigger than you realize. It's not just about one decision. It's about the entire journey ahead. The next steps you take will shape the path for the rest of your life. Don't let fear or uncertainty keep you from walking in the fullness of God's plan. He has already prepared everything you need to move forward. Your obedience is the key that will unlock the next season of your life. Chosen one, I encourage you to step forward today. Don't wait. Don't second guess it. Trust that God is with you, that He has gone ahead of you, and that He is guiding you every step of the way. The door is open, and it's time for you to walk through it. Your destiny is waiting on the other side. Chosen one obedience is the foundation upon which your divine favor is built. God's plans for you are unfolding in ways that you may not fully understand right now. But the key to unlocking those plans is through obedience. God does not need your perfect clarity or complete understanding. He doesn't ask you to know every detail or see the whole picture before moving. What He asks is simple: to take the step in obedience, trusting that His plan will unfold as you walk in faith. You might feel like you're walking in darkness at times, unsure of the next step. But let me remind you, obedience is the bridge that connects your current situation to the transformation God has promised. The steps you take today, no matter how small they seem, will lead to the breakthroughs and blessings that God has prepared for you. Each act of obedience is an open door, one after another, bringing you closer to the destiny that was created specifically for you. It's easy to think that you need to have all the answers, all the clarity before stepping forward. But God doesn't work that way. His ways are higher, His timing is perfect, and His purposes are greater than we can comprehend. So when He calls you to act, it's not to overwhelm you, it's to align you with His divine favor. When you move in obedience, God meets you with divine provision, protection, and favor that you can't see yet. But it is already waiting for you on the other side. Chosen one, you've been walking this journey, not always knowing where the path leads, yet still moving forward. The uncertainty you sometimes feel is part of the divine plan. It's easy to be overwhelmed by the unknown, to wish you had a map that would show every twist and turn of the road ahead. But God's way isn't like that. He doesn't give us a clear blueprint for every moment of life. What He does provide is something far more valuable: His presence, His guidance, and the invitation to walk in faith and obedience. Obedience is not just an action. It's a trust fall into the arms of God. It's you saying, I may not understand this fully, but I trust you, God, and I will walk where you lead me. When you take that step in obedience, when you follow God's call, despite the uncertainty, you align yourself with the flow of divine favor that has already been set into motion. You may not see it yet, but with each obedient step, you move closer to the life and blessings God has prepared for you. Obedience isn't always about big dramatic actions. It can be found in the quiet moments, in the small decisions that might seem insignificant at the time. Saying yes to God in the little things sets the foundation for the bigger things He wants to do in your life. God knows that if you can be trusted with the small acts of obedience, He can trust you with greater blessings. Every act of obedience opens a new door, a new opportunity, and a new chapter in the divine story He is writing for you. Don't be discouraged when the steps feel small or when progress seems slow. Trust that God is working behind the scenes. He is preparing the ground, aligning people, situations, and opportunities for your breakthrough. Your obedience may not always bring instant rewards, but rest assured, it is creating the foundation for something far greater. What might seem like a delay is actually God's protection, His timing, and His perfect plan unfolding in the background. Each step of obedience, no matter how insignificant it feels in the moment, brings you closer to your purpose. God doesn't want you to be overwhelmed by the magnitude of His plan for you. He just wants you to move forward one step at a time. As you act in obedience, He will provide the clarity and strength you need. It's like walking through a fog. You can't see the entire path, but with each step, the fog begins to lift, revealing the next part of the journey. Trust that God is leading you, even when you can't see the whole picture. It's natural to want everything to make sense before you take a step, but faith is stepping out even when the way isn't clear. Obedience doesn't require perfect clarity. It only requires trust. Trust that God's plan is unfolding. Trust that He will provide the next step, and trust that He will never leave you. The more you step out in obedience, the more you will experience God's provision and favor. It might not always be obvious, but the doors are opening as you walk in faith. God's plans for you are so much bigger than you can imagine. His purposes for your life are beyond your understanding, but you can trust that they are good. He knows what you need when you need it, and He is working everything together for your good. Each step of obedience brings you closer to the fulfillment of His promises. When you trust Him and move in obedience, you align yourself with the flow of His will and His favor, and the blessings He has in store for you begin to unfold. Even when you can't see the immediate reward for your obedience, trust that it's being stored up for you. Just as a farmer doesn't see the fruit of his labor right away, your acts of obedience are sowing seeds that will bring forth a harvest in due time. And just as the farmer must wait patiently for the fruit to grow, so must you wait for the blessings that God has for you. But unlike the farmer, you don't wait in vain. God's timing is perfect, and when the time is right, the harvest will come, and it will be beyond anything you could have imagined. So, chosen one, don't get discouraged when you don't see the fruits of your labor immediately. Trust that God is at work, even when it feels like nothing is happening. Your obedience is setting things into motion that you cannot yet see. Keep moving forward in faith. Keep trusting that God is guiding you. And keep believing that His plan for you is greater than anything you could ever dream up. As you walk in obedience, you begin to walk in the favor of God. His provision, His protection, and His blessings will follow you wherever you go. You won't have to chase after them. They will chase after you. But it all starts with obedience. The more you obey, the more you step into the divine favor that God has for you. God doesn't need your perfect clarity. He doesn't need you to have it all figured out. He just needs your heart to be open and your faith to be active. When you take those steps in obedience, He takes care of the rest. You may not see the full picture right now, but trust that God does. And with each step of obedience, you move closer to the life He's calling you to. The transformation you've been waiting for is already happening. Every act of obedience, no matter how small, is bringing you closer to the breakthrough you've been praying for. Your faith is opening the door to the blessings, the purpose, and the divine favor God has for you. Keep trusting, keep walking, keep obeying. Because with each step, you're getting closer to the incredible future God has planned for you. And remember, obedience isn't just about following instructions. It's about aligning your heart with God's heart. And that alignment will always lead to His favor and blessings. Trusting God's plan is one of the most essential aspects of your spiritual journey, especially when you don't see the full picture. You may feel unsure, even confused about the road ahead, but trust is the foundation on which your breakthrough is built. Trusting in God means surrendering your need to control the situation and accepting that He is guiding you every step of the way. It's natural to want clarity and understanding, but often God's greatest work in our lives happens when we move forward without having all the answers. His plan is far greater than our understanding. And it's in those moments of uncertainty that our trust in Him becomes our strongest asset. Trusting in God's plan doesn't mean ignoring the doubts or fears you might feel. It means acknowledging them, but choosing to believe in God's promises despite them. You may not see the full picture right now, but trust that God is working behind the scenes. He's already preparing everything you need, and He will reveal the next steps at the right time. Trusting in Him during times of uncertainty allows you to tap into His power and wisdom, guiding you toward the breakthrough that awaits. And remember, when God calls you to step forward, He's not only calling you to trust Him, but also to trust that He will equip you with everything you need to succeed. Trust in His guidance, and you will see His plan unfold. Chosen one, there will be moments in your journey when the path ahead seems unclear, when the fog of uncertainty surrounds you, and when the next step feels elusive. It's during these times that your trust in God's plan becomes crucial. Trust isn't just a passive feeling. It's an active choice to move forward in faith, even when you can't see the outcome. It's saying, God, I don't know what's ahead, but I trust that you do, and that's enough for me. Often, we want the answers now. We want to know exactly what the next step is, how long the journey will take, and what the outcome will be. But trust in God requires us to let go of the need for certainty and to embrace the unknown with confidence in His guidance. His timing is always perfect, even when we don't understand it. He sees what we cannot see. He knows what we cannot know. And most importantly, He is good, and His plan for our lives is always for our ultimate good. Trusting God means believing that He will provide for you exactly what you need, right when you need it. It means accepting that His way of doing things may not align with our timing or understanding, but His way is always the best way. God's plan is full of hope, purpose, and transformation. Even when it feels like you're waiting, God is working behind the scenes, aligning circumstances, opening doors, and preparing your heart for the next phase of your journey. When you trust in God's plan, you're not just trusting in His ability to provide and guide, you're trusting in His character. God is faithful. He is trustworthy. He is good. He loves you, and His plans for you are filled with hope. Even when things don't make sense, even when the road ahead seems difficult, trust that God is working all things together for your good. His love and wisdom are far beyond our own understanding, and His plan is infinitely greater than any plan we could create for ourselves. Sometimes, trust in God means stepping into something that feels uncomfortable or unfamiliar. It may mean leaving behind the comfort of the known to step into the uncertainty of the unknown. But remember, the unknown with God is far better than the known without Him. When you step into the unknown, with God by your side, you are not alone. You are walking in the safety of His love, His protection, and His guidance. Trusting Him means knowing that wherever He leads you, He will equip you with everything you need to succeed. There will be times when you question your path, when doubts arise, and when you feel unsure. It's important to remember that doubt doesn't mean you lack faith. It simply means you're human. Trusting God is not about having all the answers or never feeling uncertain. It's about choosing to keep moving forward, even when you don't have all the details. It's about believing that even when you don't understand, God's plan is perfect, and He will lead you exactly where you need to go. God's plan for your life is unfolding in perfect timing, even when you can't see it, even when it feels like things aren't moving. Trust that God is working behind the scenes, positioning people, places, and circumstances to line up with His will. The journey may not always be easy, but every step is part of His perfect plan. And each step of obedience, no matter how small, moves you closer to the divine breakthrough He has prepared for you. Trusting in God's plan doesn't mean there won't be struggles along the way. There will be challenges, obstacles, and moments of doubt. But every challenge is an opportunity to trust God more deeply. Every obstacle is a chance to experience His strength and His provision in a new way. Every time you choose to trust, you grow stronger in faith, and your relationship with God becomes deeper and more intimate. In those moments when you feel weak or uncertain, trust that God is with you. He will never leave you. He will never forsake you. When you step forward in faith, even if the road ahead is unclear, He will make your path straight. You are not walking alone. God is walking with you every step of the way, guiding you, supporting you, and leading you into the divine destiny He has designed for your life. Trust in God's plan means knowing that His ways are higher than our ways. His thoughts are higher than our thoughts, and His understanding far exceeds our own. Even when things don't make sense, even when it feels like the waiting is endless, trust that God is working behind the scenes, orchestrating every detail for your good. Remember, you are not alone on this journey. You are walking with the Creator of the universe. He has equipped you with everything you need to fulfill your purpose. As you trust Him and move forward in faith, you are walking into the fullness of what He has prepared for you. In moments of uncertainty, when you're unsure of the next step, remember to trust in the One who has already gone before you. Trust that He knows the path ahead, and He will lead you with love, wisdom, and grace. Trust that His plan for your life is good, and it will unfold in perfect timing. So, chosen one, trust in the divine plan that God has set before you. Step forward in faith, even when the path isn't clear. Trust that God will guide you every step of the way. His plan for you is greater than anything you could ever imagine. And when you trust Him completely, you will experience the blessings, breakthroughs, and divine alignment He has already prepared for your life. Trust in His plan. Move forward in faith and watch as He unfolds the beautiful purpose He has designed just for you. Reflect for a moment on the tests you've gone through, the struggles, the challenges, the moments when it felt like nothing was going right. Perhaps you've asked yourself why you had to face such difficult times. Know this: those tests were not to break you, but to build you. God has been watching over you, preparing you for this very moment. You have been equipped for the calling ahead. Every challenge you've faced, every struggle you've endured, has been a part of the process of making you who you are today. Your growth is evident in how you've handled adversity. You didn't give up. You didn't turn away. You kept going even when things seemed impossible. This growth didn't happen by accident. It was by design. God has been refining you, testing your character, your trust, and your faith. You've been learning how to endure with grace, how to trust without seeing, and how to remain obedient even when the road wasn't easy. Now, you stand at the threshold of something new, and your obedience is the final key to unlocking everything God has prepared for you. The season of preparation is over, and now you are ready for the next step. God has shaped you, molded you, and refined you for this very moment. You are equipped, not because you are perfect, but because you've learned the value of perseverance, trust, and obedience. Your obedience now is the final step. It's the action that will release the breakthrough that God has prepared for you. You've walked through the fire, and now you're standing on the other side, stronger and more aligned with God's purpose than ever before. The waiting, the struggles, the doubts, they were all part of the process, but now you are ready for what's next. Trust in your growth, trust in your obedience, and step into the divine favor that is waiting for you. Your path is aligned, your heart is prepared, and now it's time to move forward in faith, knowing that God's plan is unfolding perfectly. You've been prepared for this moment. Don't hesitate. Step forward, knowing that your obedience will unlock the transformation blessings and divine favor that God has promised. Chosen one, now that you've endured, now that you've gone through the fire and the trials, it's time for the reward. The struggle wasn't in vain. It was all part of God's plan to shape and prepare you for this moment. Each hardship, each challenge, and each setback has been building your character, refining your faith, and strengthening your trust in God's plan. You have been prepared for greatness, and now it's time to step into that greatness. Obedience is not just an action, it's a declaration of faith. When you choose to obey, even when the path is unclear, you are declaring that you trust God. You are telling the world, and more importantly, your own heart, that you believe in the divine plan, even if you don't fully understand it. This obedience opens doors that no one else can open, and it releases blessings that have been waiting for you all along. You've walked through seasons of doubt, of feeling like you were losing your way. There were times when it seemed like your prayers weren't answered, or that the path you were on was leading you nowhere. But now, looking back, you can see how God has used every single experience, every tear, and every setback to prepare you for the incredible future He's unfolding before you. God's plan for you has always been bigger than you could imagine. The seasons of waiting, the seasons of silence, they were not punishment, they were preparation. God was ensuring that when the time was right, you would be equipped to handle everything He is about to release into your life. You've been prepared to walk in favor, to carry authority, and to move into the destiny He has set aside for you. And now, your obedience becomes the key that unlocks the next phase of your journey. You are being called to move forward in faith, to step out of the old season and into the new. You may not have all the answers, and you may still feel uncertain about what lies ahead, but you've already been prepared. Your obedience will make the difference in how smoothly the transition into this new season will go. The key to transformation is simple trust and obedience. God is calling you to step forward, knowing that you are ready, that you have been equipped, and that His timing is perfect. Your steps are being guided by the one who knows the end from the beginning. As you move forward, you are not alone. God is walking with you, and the Holy Spirit is guiding you every step of the way. Obedience is not always easy. It doesn't always feel comfortable, but it is in those moments of discomfort that the most growth happens. It's when we step out in faith, not knowing what's ahead, that God reveals Himself in the most profound ways. He is faithful to His promises, and He will never leave you nor forsake you. Your obedience to His call will lead to blessings beyond what you could imagine. Think back to the times when you've felt unsure, when you've questioned your path. But despite the uncertainty, you chose to trust God. You chose to obey, even when you couldn't see the next step. And that's when God moved. That's when He revealed His faithfulness in ways that only He can. Now, as you stand at the threshold of your next season, know that this is another moment to choose obedience. God is inviting you to step into a new season of abundance, of transformation, and of favor. But in order to step into that new season, you must first choose to obey. It's time to take that step. Don't wait for everything to be perfect. Trust that you have been prepared. Trust that God is moving in your life and that your obedience will unlock everything He has in store for you. There is power in your obedience. It's the key that opens doors, that shifts circumstances, and that brings you into alignment with God's perfect plan. As you step forward in faith, you will see God's hand at work in your life. You will experience breakthroughs, favor, and opportunities that were once out of reach. Your obedience will lead you into the transformation that God has been preparing you for. Now is the time to move forward. Step into the new season with confidence, knowing that God has already paved the way. Trust that He has equipped you with everything you need to succeed. Your obedience is the final piece of the puzzle. Trust in God's plan, step forward in faith, and watch as the doors of divine favor swing wide open before you. As you move into this new season, remember that God's promises are true. His plan is perfect. His timing is flawless. You are not alone on this journey. He is with you every step of the way. Keep your heart aligned with His will and trust that your obedience will lead to the blessings and breakthroughs you've been waiting for. Step forward now, knowing that the best is yet to come. Chosen one, this is the moment you've been preparing for. Your spiritual purpose and divine calling are being activated right now. For so long, you may have felt the stirrings in your spirit, the whispers of something greater, and the deep knowing that you were made for more. Today, that call is no longer just a quiet whisper. It's becoming your reality. You've been through seasons of testing, learning, and refinement. Each trial, each challenge, and every time you felt like you were just hanging on by faith, you were being prepared for this moment. The waiting, the doubts, and the confusion were not for nothing. They were the very things that strengthened you, refined your character, and aligned your heart with God's will. Now, you stand at the threshold of activation. This is the time to step into what God has already ordained for you. Your purpose is not a vague idea. It is a specific plan designed by the Creator of the universe, and it is now being activated in your life. This moment of clarity, when you feel the weight of destiny shifting within you, is the exact moment you need to walk forward. Your purpose has been waiting for you to step into it. with courage and faith. God has placed a calling on your life, and He's been preparing you for such a time as this. Don't let fear, doubt, or insecurity hold you back. This is your time to shine, to step into the fullness of who God has created you to be. As you take each step forward, trust that He has equipped you with everything you need to fulfill the destiny He has for you. The activation of your purpose is not just about what you will do, it's about who you are becoming. And right now, you are becoming the person God has always known you to be. Chosen one, you've walked through fire, through trials, and you've weathered storms that seemed impossible to endure. And now, here you are standing at the doorway of your divine calling with a future that is waiting for you to claim it. All the preparation, the testing, the seasons of doubt and waiting were never wasted. They were the very things that shaped you into the person you are today. They were the things that aligned your heart with God's will. And now, as you stand in this moment, you can feel it in your spirit. You are ready. This is not a moment for hesitation. The time for waiting is over. The door is open, and the only thing that stands between you and the life you were called to live is your willingness to step forward. You've been waiting for a sign for the right time, and now God is saying, this is your time. It's time for you to take that step, knowing that everything you need to fulfill your divine calling has already been provided. God has already set the path before you. Your destiny is not uncertain. It is already ordained. You are not stepping into the unknown, but into what has been prepared for you from the beginning. The doubts you've had, the fears you faced, were never meant to stop you. They were meant to build your faith, to strengthen your resolve, and to make you the person capable of carrying the weight of the purpose God has placed on your life. You may not see the entire picture yet. You may not know how everything will unfold, but that's where faith comes in. Faith is not about knowing everything. It's about trusting God to lead you step by step. It's about taking the first step, even when you can't see the second. And that's exactly what God is calling you to do right now. Take that first step. As you step forward, trust that God will provide clarity. Trust that He will guide you every step of the way. Your purpose is not just something you will do, it's who you are becoming. God has placed greatness within you. The person you are today is not the person you will be in the next season. As you step into your purpose, you are becoming more aligned with who God created you to be. Let go of the fear of failure. Let go of the insecurity that tries to tell you that you're not ready or not good enough. You are enough, chosen one. God has already equipped you with everything you need. The preparation, the trials, and the testing were the things that shaped your character and built your resilience. Now, they are the foundation on which you will stand as you step into your divine calling. And as you step forward, remember that you are not alone. God is walking with you. The Holy Spirit is guiding you. You have angels surrounding you, preparing the way ahead. Your steps are ordered by God, and every obstacle you face will be overcome through His strength. What you may face in the natural might seem like a mountain, but through God you have the power to move mountains. Your calling is unique to you. The world needs what you have to offer. You were created for a purpose, and there is no one else who can fulfill it the way you can. The gifts, the talents, the wisdom, the experiences that make you who you are. These are the things that will help you fulfill your divine purpose. You don't need to compare yourself to others. You don't need to try and fit into someone else's mold. You are uniquely designed for what God has called you to do. The next step is crucial, but it's only the beginning. As you step forward, God will open doors that no one can shut. He will provide opportunities that will accelerate your purpose. You will begin to see things align in ways you never expected. Doors will open, connections will be made, and opportunities will come in the most unexpected ways. This is the fruit of your obedience, the result of your faith. And as you walk in alignment with God's plan, you will experience peace that surpasses all understanding. Even in the midst of challenges, you will find calm. Even when the road seems uncertain, you will know that God is leading you. His peace will guide you, and His strength will uphold you. This is the moment you've been waiting for. The door is open, and God is calling you to walk through it. You are not walking alone. God is with you every step of the way. Your purpose is waiting, and it is ready for you to step into it. The time for hesitation is over. The time for action is now. Step forward in faith, knowing that everything you need to fulfill your divine calling is already inside of you. Trust God and walk boldly into the future He has prepared for you. Your purpose is now being activated, and the best is yet to come. When you align your life with God's will, a powerful shift happens within you. No longer are you walking in confusion or uncertainty. You are stepping into clarity and peace, knowing that every decision, every step, and every action is guided by His hand. The spiritual alignment you are experiencing right now is the result of years of preparation. And in this moment, the fog that once clouded your path is beginning to clear. God's will is not always easy to follow, especially when the road ahead seems uncertain. But as you walk in alignment with His purpose, the peace that surpasses all understanding will surround you. You will no longer feel the need to rush to push or to strive in your own strength. The peace that comes from walking with God gives you a deep, unshakable confidence that you are exactly where you need to be. Alignment with God brings clarity. You no longer have to search for answers or wonder if you're on the right path. As you align yourself with His will, the path ahead will begin to unfold. Every decision will feel natural. Every step will feel guided, and every action will be infused with divine purpose. The clarity that comes from God's guidance is not just for today, but for the future He has already planned for you. When you walk in alignment with God's will, you find peace even in the midst of uncertainty. You trust that He is leading you, guiding you, and walking with you every step of the way. The path may not always be easy, but the peace you experience will give you the strength to keep moving forward. With the activation of your purpose comes a great responsibility. As you step into the calling God has placed on your life, you also step into the authority that comes with it. Authority is not about power or control. It's about responsibility and influence. As a chosen one, you are entrusted with the authority to fulfill God's purpose on earth. And this responsibility is something that must be carried with humility and wisdom. The authority you now walk in is not your own. It is God's authority flowing through you. This means you must handle it with care, knowing that your actions and decisions impact more than just your life. They impact those around you, the people you influence, and the spiritual territory you have been assigned to steward. God has given you this authority because He trusts you, and He knows you are ready to carry it. However, with authority comes great responsibility. You are called to lead, but you must lead with humility. You are called to influence, but you must do so with wisdom and integrity. The authority you have been given is not for self-gain. It is for God's glory and for the good of those you are called to serve. The responsibility that comes with this authority is one of stewardship. You must remain faithful to God's plan, and you must remain grounded in His word, trusting that He will guide you in every decision. As you carry this authority, remember that it is not about your own strength or ability. It is about relying on God's power and wisdom to fulfill your divine purpose. The authority you have been entrusted with is a gift, and it is one that you must use wisely. You are not alone in this. God's strength will empower you, and His wisdom will guide you as you fulfill the responsibility He has given you. Now, as you walk forward in authority, trust that God is with you. He has equipped you for this moment, and He will continue to equip you as you walk in your divine purpose. The authority you carry is not a burden, it is a blessing. And with it comes the opportunity to impact the world, to influence others, and to fulfill the calling that God has placed on your life. Step forward with confidence, knowing that you are walking in alignment with God's perfect plan.